Another type of input that we can use to present our users with the ability to make a selection is to use an option button. And the option button represents just another type of spot on our form that is a circular box, and then they can select one of these from the set of choices that we've predetermined to display. Sometimes you'll hear this term also called a radio button. And generally it's best suited for prompting users to select only one item, not several, from a group, such as the age range that applies to users. So when we use our option buttons and our checkboxes properly, this should ensure that all of our user input for a particular element matches a standard list of options. This should prevent any type of typographical errors from, like, if we were just giving them a text box. So to reinforce this concept of using option buttons in our web page, what we're going to do is we're going to be working with the what's the occasion for your visit ability. And what we're going to do is we're going to have our user select one answer for the survey question. So you use the option buttons for the input elements. Because most visitors are on vacation, we're going to go ahead and make the vacation option to be selected by default when the users open the web page. Let's go ahead and look at the steps for that. Now that you've seen those steps, you can follow along in your e-text as well as the video. So let's go ahead and jump back into our text editor for our contact.html file. Okay, the first step in creating our option buttons is in our contact.html file here in our text editor. We're going to go beneath the legend element here in the occasion field set. We're going to enter 3 pairs of label tags on separate lines. So let's go ahead and do that now. Here's the occasion box with the legend. Go ahead and add 3 sets here. And there's our 3 sets. So let's go ahead and add our name value pairs, one for vacation, and then we're going to enter elements using the values celebration and event. So we'll go ahead and put our first name value pair in here for vacation. Add a space here for vacation. Then we'll go down to the next one and we will add our for celebration. And then lastly we'll go down here to the third label set and we will put for event. That looks good. Let's go on to the next step here. We'll go back to our first label event and we're going to enter our new tag for our input type of radio for our option or radio button, and we're going to give it a name occasion, ID vacation, and we're going to give it a value to display vacation with a capital V. So let's go ahead and enter our new tag now. So go ahead and put that in there, and you made sure to include your attribute value pair type radio and name occasion for our input element here. Now let's go down and we're going to repeat the same steps for our other label elements, having input elements with the following attributes and label text. We're going to do one for celebration and one for event. So let's go ahead and add our one here for celebration. And then lastly, we'll go down here and do the one for event. And now we have all 3 of our input elements completed here. We're going to move on to the next step. Let's go ahead and put our label text in right below each of our input elements here. First we'll do vacation. So now we have our label text right there. Let's do the one for celebration. And then finally we will do event, which our text will be special event. Go ahead and input that now. There we go. Everything looks good. We have all three completed now. Now we're almost done here. We have our input elements completed. We're just going to go ahead and go back to our vacation one, and we're going to go ahead and include the checked attribute. So we'll put that here at the end of our name value pair. There is our name value pair for our checked attribute. We're going to put it in this one. HTML allows the checked attribute with no value. Now let's go ahead and save your work, and then we're going to return to our cascading style sheet. Now within our LL form cascading style sheet, we're going to go ahead in our style rule for label elements within the element of ID room box. We're going to add a selector for our label elements within the element ID occasion box. So let's go ahead and add that. I'll go ahead and add a space here and my backspace there. Now my code looks good and clean. Go ahead and save that. Once again, this style will add space between each label and the option button that follows it once we go back to our HTML page. So let's go ahead and do that now that we've got everything saved. Let's reload our contact.html in our browser and let's go ahead and refresh that and hopefully see our changes and reveal our option buttons. Alright, let's go ahead and refresh, and we should see our option buttons pop up here in the What's the Occasion for Your Visit area. As expected, they are there and we can see them clearly. And we can click on them, and as you can see, you can only select one at a given time, as there's no need to select multiple ones for our customer on this job. Hopefully your radio buttons are showing as well. If not, you can go back in the video and see if there's something that jumps out at you that might have caused a mistake, or you can refer to figure J11 in our e-text and see the code there in the figure. So that'll conclude it for creating option buttons. Next we're going to move on to creating a drop-down menu.